So when it comes to trading, you need 80%. Hello? I have sent you the password. Okay, I will. Okay. Okay. Who is daddy? Who is? So the emotional part of it is very important. If I tell anybody, pay for emotional intelligence training, pay for psychology of a good trader, they might not want to pay. They will say, oh, no, just teach me the strategy. All the strategy is what I need and all of that. So when I call my friend to come and be teaching every class, he actually charged me $1,000 for 1 hour. $1,000 for 1 hour. That he cannot take less than that. $1,000. Now, if I bring him to come and teach you guys on $1,000, and many of you did one-on-one with me, and you only paid $200, so who is going to be at a loss? And you are doing one-on-one with me, and I have to take $200, then I will bring somebody to come and take you $1,000. So where is the wisdom? So I decided to go and do the course by myself so that I can bring it to you and teach you the one that you need, the one that is important in this emotional or psychology of a good trader. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I need to give you the background of the class that I'm doing today. I need you to understand how important it is to me and how important it is to you. Because if I only give you the skill and you don't have the 80% that will help you to be successful, you are going to find yourself, having to struggle even after you have a very proper skill. Okay? Even after you have a very proper skill. So this training is one training you might never get in any class you attend, anywhere. You might never get it. But because I understand how it has affected me, I understand the importance of it. That is why I decided to go for it so that I can bring it along to you. So that I can bring it along to you. Okay? So today we are going to be talking about the psychology of a good trader. What should be in the mind of a trader? When you say psychology, we are talking about how a good trader should think. How a good trader should think. What should be in the mind of a good trader? It is not only having a skill that makes you a good trader. Skill is important. Skill is good. Skill is necessary. But after you have obtained the skill, you pay small amount of money for it. That is just the 20% that will make you a success in this business. So the very first thing you need to do when you are going to become a good trader, what should be in your mind? First and foremost, when we talk about psychology, we are talking about how your mind should operate. What should you be thinking? If you have your mind thinking wrongly, you are going to lose. If you think wrongly, you are going to lose. If your mind is wrong, I say it, you are going to lose. Because it is your mind that controls every part of you. Don't worry, guys. I fix it back. Don't worry. I'm trying to make sure you have the best. Can you all hear me? I just want to make sure that this is just properly done. That is why I'm making sure that you have a very good network. I have 3 networks here right now. I'm switching from one to the other because I just want you to have it. Okay, so When you say psychology of a good trader, we are talking about how should a good trader think? What should be in your mind before you trade? Number one, if you approach your trade with a losing mind, you are going to lose every trade or most of the trade. And what I'm trying to say to you is that many of you have lost money before. Many of you have lost money before. Many of you have heard stories of people losing money. But if you approach your trade with the mind of losing money, fear is going to come in. And so therefore, if you have a skill that is even dependable, you will still lose money. Why? Because you have a mind of losing. You have occupied yourself with thought of losing. So the moment you come in and you are afraid, like I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose, you will eventually lose. This is how the mind of a human being works. This has nothing to do with any spirit following you from anywhere. If your mind is wrong, your activities, your actions will be wrong. So how do you have a good mindset? I will tell you. Number one is one of the things we are planning to do. Because the things I'm planning to do when we say we are doing a challenge, it's not about the money. It's the fact that to have a good mindset, you need to first and foremost leave the environment where wrong mindset is being talked about. When you surround yourself with people that with a wrong mindset, you are going to naturally develop wrong mindset. If all the traders you have around you, those who have traded binary option, all of them are talking about losses and losses and losses and losses, you will always lose. Because it will enter your mind. And whatever enters your mind, we control your actions, we control everything around you. So you have to consciously separate yourself from people that are always talking about losses. You have to do that, because if you don't do that, there is a wise saying that says, you know, the people you work with, they will determine everything about your life. Someone says, if you work with the wise, you will become wise. If you work with the fools, you will become a foolish people. If you work with those who are losing money in this our business, you are going to lose money. So when it comes to psychology of a good trader, you must understand that you are staying and ensure you listen to those who are making money. Avoid talking to people who are losing money. I am not saying people are not losing money, but you have to consciously extract yourself from those people. Why are they losing money? Many of them will not tell you. And many people that are losing money, they don't blame themselves for losing money. They either blame the person that taught them, they either blame their strategies, they either blame their skill, or they blame the broker. Hello? I think it is from your side. Everybody is in and it's the same level. Very well. So you must be careful of the people you relate with, because success in life is not just about skill. It's not just about gift. It's not about talent. If you are successful and you find yourself in a wrong atmosphere and wrong environment, what do I mean by that? When you have everybody, many of us, we are in different groups online. And the groups that we join online, some of those groups are people who are criticizing, people who are talking negative things, people who have nothing good to say about any trader. I want to advise you. Such groups are very toxic to success. Until you begin to take this trade as a business, not as a game, you might not make good money from it. So after you have learned this skill, you must develop a winning mindset. And in developing a winning mindset, you need to separate yourself from losers. Separate yourself from losers. I'm not saying people have not lost money. I'm not saying you have not lost money, but avoid thinking losses and losses and losses. Because there is a saying that says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is that person is. Many of you know a book written by one of these amazing writers. What is the name of the man? He said, think and grow rich. Think and Grow Rich. Maybe many of you have read that book before. He said, think and grow rich. Because if you cannot think, thank you very much. How many of you who can remind me the name of the book? Okay, so that I can just mention it in case many of you have not read it. You can go and read it. Norman Vincent Peale. Think and Grow Rich. Okay? Think and Grow Rich. He said, because before you can become rich, please, riches start from your mind. If you woke up in the morning with an attitude of a failure, you cannot win that day. Don't think that there is one spirit following you. No, it is you that is following yourself. So you have to separate yourself from this negative thought. That is a psychology of a winner. Every winner you see today, they are very, very optimistic. They are very, very optimistic. They are very, very sure that they are going to win. That is why people don't believe the dreams and the visions of a winner. Because a winner is always telling, I'm going to win, I'm going to make it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to achieve it. And eventually, they achieve it. So if you don't develop that mindset, you will find yourself struggling. Many of you don't know that it is necessary in trading binary or foreign exchange, but I'm telling you today. This is very, very necessary. So develop the attitude of a winner. And I tell you again, how do you develop it? Separate yourself from wrong people, those who are always talking about losses, those who are always criticizing, those who are always blaming. Oh, this person doesn't know how to do it. This person doesn't know how to do it. IQ option is doing this. Pocket option is doing this. Binary is doing this. Binary is fake. Thank you, Napoleon Hill or something. Binary is fake. But all those things, they are attitude that makes somebody to fail. There is no one that you see that complains like that will ever make money. They don't make money. So please separate yourself from that. Is that point number one clear, please? Napoleon Hill, thank you very much. It's true, Napoleon Hill. Okay. Is that point number one clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So let's get into point number two so that we can achieve a lot, because these are the things that you might not think that they are very, very important in your trading. Point number two of how a good trader should think, the psychology of a good trader. Point number two is you have to accept the fact that you cannot have 100% win. Okay? You cannot have 100% win. Okay? And because you cannot have 100%, you must learn how to manage your losses. You must learn how to manage your losses. Even when you have done all your analysis correct, everything is correct. You have checked your strategy, you have checked everything, whether it's CROC, whether it's momentum, whether it's whatever it is, you have checked everything. You might not always win because there are certain unseen factors in the market. And so therefore, when these unseen factors play out, don't manage those losses. You have to learn to manage the losses. Whatever you lose, manage it. And what do I mean by managing it? Manage it in such a way that you don't try to revenge the market. Don't try to revenge the market. If you lose $10, if you lose $10 or you lost $10, don't try to say, I'm going to get $30 back. Okay? Don't try to say, I will get $30 back. If you do that, you are going to be having issues. You are going to be having issues. So you have to understand and accept from beginning that when you lose, or if you lose, you have to manage it. How do you manage it? You manage it by accepting the fact that that is part of the game. That is part of the game. That is part of the business. It is not 100%. Even when we give you a strategy that guarantees 100% or it guarantees 90%, know that you will not always have 100%. Okay? So you must know that. So when you lose, manage it. Don't let your losses generate more losses. And how do you allow your losses to generate more losses? By the time you begin to try to revenge the market, you begin to generate more losses. You begin to generate more losses. So please understand that in our business, give room to opportunity to, don't be a victim of losses. If you lose anyone, don't look at it as if that is the end of the world. Why is it that you are losing? No. Or why did you lose that one? The only problem is if your losses are consistent and continuous, that is when there is a problem. Okay? But don't always think that you are not going to lose. And many a times, the fear of not losing is one of the things that is making you to lose. The fear of not losing is one of the things that makes some of you to lose. So understand and accept that. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So don't let the fear of not losing put you in a situation where you will now find yourself eventually losing. So manage your losses. Now, how do you manage your losses? I will tell you some of these simple secrets that can help you. One of them is if you lose one trade, take another one. But I want to advise you. I'm going to give you my advice. When you are trading, I'm not going to be there with you. I will only give you advice. I'm not going to be the one that will pull the trigger, and I will not be there. But one of the things that you are going to learn from this, our challenge, is these things. All these things I'm telling you, they are the things you are going to learn, much more than money. Now, when you learn how to trade as though somebody is watching you, you will be very careful. Learn how to trade as though somebody is watching you. As though your teacher is by your side, is watching you. If you have that mindset, it's going to help you. So you are going to learn that in this our challenge, because I'm going to be analyzing with you, and you are going to be taking trades, and I'm going to be checking the account at the end of every class. I will check the account. So there is a lot to learn in this class. There is a lot to learn. So when you lose one trade, I don't advise to increase the next trade. I don't advise. I know many of you try to do martingale. I'm not against martingale, but I'm only giving you my advice. Because if you lose one trade and you double the next one, if you lose that double one, you will naturally throw yourself off balance. It is very natural. If, for instance, you lost $20, then you put $25 so that you can recover the previous one, and you now lose the $25, now you have lost $45. Or you double the $20 and you make it $30 or $40. Now you have lost much more than. So I don't know about martingale. I don't do martingale, and I don't advise martingale. But if it has worked for you, I don't have any problem with that. But my advice is, when you lose a trade, I even have a system that I use. If I lose $300, the system naturally tells me to reduce the next trade. That's the way my system works. And that's exactly what we are going to apply in this $100,000 to $10,000. If I lose $300, the system will recalculate for me and tell me to take 260. You see that? Now, so when you lose one and you take another trade, if you lose the second trade, that is the end of the day. Don't trade again. Just walk away. This is one of the ways to manage your losses. If you lose two consecutive trades, 2 trades in a row, advise to walk away. advised to walk away for the meantime. Advised to walk away for the meantime. But you can choose to stay there. You know, you are the one that owns your account. It is your money. My own, I'm just advising you. But I'm giving you advices based on psychology, based on how human system works. Because the natural thing that will begin to happen when you lose 2 times is that you want to revenge. You want to revenge. You want to get your money back. It is very natural. Yeah, it's Marcelino. Don't worry. We're going to apply it. So if you lose 2 in a row, just get out. Just get out. That is my own advice. That is how you can, one of the ways to manage your losses. Then number 3, is that clear now? Is this point number 2 clear about psychology of a good trader? Thank you very much. So let's get into point number 3. Point number 3 is that to become successful in anything in life, you need to develop confidence. You need to develop confidence. And this confidence is not a gift. It is something that has to be developed. It is not a talent. It is not a gift. It is not a talent. It is an attitude that has to be developed. You must develop it. And how do you develop it? I'll tell you how to develop confidence. Confidence is being developed when you begin to have winnings or wins. If you have if you win maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if you continue to have good wins, you can begin to develop confidence. Very, very important. But if you are having losses, you begin to lose confidence. So you must have a strategy that can help you to develop, to have wins. Because the more of these wins you have, the more confidence you begin to develop. And that is why my advice for people is that when you are trading, even demo, don't trade demo as though it's a demo. Trade demo with all sincerity, with all seriousness, and pay attention to your rules. If you don't trade demo the way you will trade real life, you will not develop confidence. You will not develop confidence. So if you just look at a demo trade and you are just clicking, oh, they gave you $10,000, so you are taking 5,000 in a trade, 7,000 in a trade. Can you do that in a real life trade? You will not do that. So by the time you begin to practice such a thing, when it comes to real life trading, you will lose balance. So demo trading for so many of you should be an opportunity to develop confidence. In fact, I advise people not to do demo trading. I advise people that after you have done your practice, put in small money and begin to trade the small money, whether it's $20, $50, $100, as much as you can afford, put in, so that you will not start doing demo as though you are just playing. This business, take it like a business, not a game. Take it like a business, not a game. So to develop confidence, you must practice. You must practice. You must practice. And when you are practicing, like I say to people, some people will say, okay, let me be practicing. By the time I have money, I will come and join your course. And I said to them, what are you practicing? This is my analysis and analogy about practice. If Nigeria is going to play South Africa, football, all the 2 teams have to practice. And when they are going to practice, there are certain football rules that must be followed. And these football rules, they will not say because they are practicing, they will not follow the rules. They will follow the rules. During practice, a player will not use his hand to carry a football and throw it in the net and conclude that he has scored. That is against the rule. So nobody can conveniently say he's practicing when he doesn't have a rule to follow. The only way you can say you are practicing is by following rules. So if you are going to practice, whether a demo or whatever it is, make sure you have a rule you are following. So all the strategies that I have taught you, even if you are not doing live trade and you want to do practice, follow the rules. Follow the rules, TRC, follow TRC, follow the rules of momentum, follow the rules of trend continuation. Follow the rules. Don't just enter the market as though, the brokers want to give you that account so that you can have an account to blow out. By the time people like us started trading binary, they were not even giving demo account. I don't know if any of you understand, if any of you started at that time. I started trading binary option with 24 option. Now 24 option, they don't do binary again. Many of them bank the binary and all of them, trade rush, and all of that. Many of you know what I'm talking about. They were not giving demo account initially. You have to register. Then when you register, they will give you $1,000 demo account. The moment you lose it, it is over. That is the way I started trading binary. That's the way I started binary. But many of you now, you have an IQ option, give you $10,000. You can blow 1 million in a day. 1 million you will lose. And you don't consider it as anything. That is not a good psychology of a good trader. So if you are going to develop confidence, you must trade, whether a demo or real life account, follow the rules. The moment you follow the rules, you begin to have, especially when you have a very good strategy, you begin to have wins. And as you begin to have wins, you begin to develop confidence. Okay? One of the ways you can develop confidence is the one-on-one we are doing, where we are going to do $100,000 to $10,000 challenge, because I am going to be giving you certain instructions. I'm going to be analyzing the market, and I'm going to be saying, do it like this, do it like this. Now, as you follow that rules, and you begin to see that we are winning and we are winning, you begin to develop confidence. So many of you need much more than teaching. You actually need mentoring and coaching, where somebody can stand and take you by the hand and say, okay, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this, don't do it like this. Okay, enter the trade. By the time you take a trade, maybe the first day, the second day, the third day, and you see how we are winning, you are going to begin to develop confidence for yourself, or your confidence will begin to increase. So trading with a mentor or a coach is one advantage. That is why today, many people who are doing training, they are just doing training. I want to do much more than training. I want to help you to become what you have always desired to become. That is why we are doing a class like this. That is why we are going to do $100,000 to $10,000, so that you can follow the rules, so that you can develop confidence, so that you can have a winning mentality. Okay? Thank you. So did you get this point number 3 now? Let me have your reply if you got this number 3, so that I can get into the next one. I'm telling you what I was supposed to pay $1,000 for every time the man is going to be teaching you here. So what am I going to gain? Okay. Now let's move into point number 4. Psychology of a good trader. Point number 4. Point number 4 is a good trader must have patience and discipline. Patience and discipline. Now, what do you mean by patience? It's not every time you open your chart that you must click. Many of you, the challenge you have is that you are always holding your mouse. Every time you just open your chart like this, you must click something. You must just click something. You must click something. You can't be doing like that. This money is important. Don't just be clicking. Okay, you want to be clicking demo. I have told you about demo. Handle your demo as if you are handling your real money. So if you open your chart and you cannot see a good opportunity, close the chart back and go away. Because you must learn to develop patience. The man who doesn't have patience in life will rush himself into trouble, and to rush out of trouble is very difficult. So patience is very, very important, which is as a result of discipline. You discipline yourself by saying, okay, this is what I will do. This is what I'm not going to do. If I don't see opportunity, if I don't see my strategy, if I don't see TRC, if I don't see momentum, if I don't see continuation, I'm not going to trade. So you walk away. Walk away. And also be careful not to be jumping from one strategy to another. Jumping from one, you must patiently develop the strategy. The one that you have been taught, sit down with it and master it first. It's after you have mastered it, then you can begin to develop more strategies. But if you have too many strategies in your head, you have strategy 1, 2, 3, you get something from this man, everybody, anytime you are hearing somebody, you can trade very well. You say, share your strategy with me. Share your strategy with me. What about the one they have shared with? You must discipline yourself. Discipline yourself. Anyone that has a good restaurant and is selling today, they don't go from one place to the other looking for, what is it called? Looking for different, how do they say it? Recipe for cooking. They don't look for different recipe for cooking. Hey, I'm in a class with my group. We are planning, okay? I will call you back. Sorry, guys. It's my wife. Okay, so they don't go for different recipe and say, okay, you cook the food today, then you go to one restaurant and say, you cooking your own soup? I saw people coming into your restaurant. Then they go to another one tomorrow. How are you cooking your own? You know, when you don't have consistency, patience, and discipline, you move from one place to the other, you vacillate, and at the end of the day, failure will be the result. Failure will be the result. And you'll be wondering why you are losing. You'll be wondering why you are failing, because you have this mindset that the one you have is not good enough. So you want to take from everywhere. Stop it. I've told some of my friends, some of my students, stop it. Stop looking for one strategy from here. Stay with the one you have first. Develop it first. Okay? Master it. When you have mastered it, then you can do more. Master it. You can't be a very good sportsman when you don't stay with a particular sport. Today you play football. Tomorrow is athletics. Next tomorrow is basketball. When will you become a master? You cannot. So you must patiently stay with your strategy. You must discipline yourself to stay with your strategy. And if you don't see your strategy giving you a signal, don't trade. Don't trade. Just walk away. Discipline yourself. Be patient. And one of the ways you can also discipline yourself is that make sure you always plan your trade. I tell people, plan your trade and also trade your plan. Plan your trade and trade your plan. That means before you start your trade, what are your options? What are your objectives? What are your goals? How many trades do you want to take? Do you want to take 5 trades or do you want to take 10 trades? Okay, what is going to be your sizes? Or are you planning to do a compound trade? You want to start with $5 and take it to $100 or $500. You must have a plan. See, my brothers and sisters, my goal here for you is that you don't just approach this thing. You don't approach this thing as a game. Approach it as a business. The only people that succeed in this are those who are handling it as a business. Anyone who handles it as a game cannot succeed. Cannot succeed. And that is why many people don't succeed in this our business. But I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. And I know you are going to succeed. Because my goal in teaching people, for the kind of person I am, is not the money. It's the fact that I am happy when you succeed. That is why I can bring to you psychology of a good trader. Okay? So let's move ahead and let's see. So make sure you plan your trade. How do you plan your trade? How many trades do you want to take? 10 trades, 5 trades? What are the sizes of my trade? Now, all the things we are going to do for 10 days right now, I've already laid them down. Our target every day, I have it on ground already. And when we reach our target, we are going to stop. We are going to stop. So make a plan. Just have a business mind of this. Have a business mindset of this. Make sure you have a business mind. Think about it like a business, not like a game. Except you just want to do it like leisure and all of that. And I don't think that's what was in your mind when you paid for this class. I'm not too sure. So I'm sure you wanted to be very serious with this. Okay? So this is what I want you to do. Make a plan. Plan your trade and trade your plan. Then also in that plan, if you have to plan for when you are going to stop. Because many a times, many traders don't know when to stop. They are losing money and they will continue to go. You have to stop. The truth about it is that if you don't stop, the market will stop you. No, by the time you don't have money in your account, won't you stop? You will stop. But why will you want to get to a point where you don't have money again in your account before you stop? Why don't you stop yourself and walk away? Stop yourself and walk away. Okay? Good. So, this is one of the things you have to do. Know how to stop. Know when to stop. This is very, very important because some traders don't know when to stop. Okay? So, I want to stop at this level. If you have any question, please ask me so that we can get into the second section the next 15 minutes and we close. Okay? You have any question, please? Okay? All clear. All clear. All clear. So that we can get into the plan for the $100 to $10,000. I need to lay out some few things for us. Okay?
This thing I do finish. You know what again? And you like what the guys remember not again.
Okay.
You know on before. I just try and begin on. The guy not do anything. I will see the happen to you.
Who is talking there? Who is that person that is talking that?
No, ever. Hello.
Okay. Now you are saying to implement plan, feeling difficult. And that is why, that is one of the things you learn as you do this 10, 100. You see, you have to believe that you can do it. You have to believe you can do it. You can't be wasting your money. You have to believe you can do it. So we're going to do that. Any other question? Okay, so let's get into how we are going to do $100 to $10,000. Now, many people are asking me, when I discuss with some people that heard me mention it, they say, is it possible? I say, okay. I said it is possible. The psychology of a good trader is what will make it possible. That's what will make it possible. Because one of the things you don't know is that if you know how to do proper accumulation, you will be able to achieve